intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bald and Bonkers Show. Join your hosts Christopher Mole and Dakota Franson as they take you on a wild ride through the world of the supernatural, with a humorous twist that'll have you laughing and shaking in your boots at the same time. From ghosts to aliens to cryptids, no topic is off limits on this show. And the best part? You don't have to be a believer to join in on the fun. So grab a drink, kick back, and tune in every weekend for new episodes. And if you want even more of the Bald and Bonkers experience, be sure to subscribe to our Patreon page for exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. Let's get weird. Oh, and for the whiners out there, viewer discretion is advised. There you go, you entitled pricks.
And you heard it direct from Dakota's mouth. There you go.
That was not my mouth. That was not my mouth. I did not.
Can I
made
something?
that.
Who are the entitled pricks? Are we talking about the wee bots that send things to us?
Dude, I made that intro with AI. AI wrote that entire thing. And that wasn't a human voice.
I'll be back. The Terminator, you know?
No, seriously, that wasn't a human voice. That wasn't a human voice. That was completely generated by AI. It's kind of scary how good that stuff's getting these days, you know?
I must admit it was really, really good. So, out of curiosity, are you excited about tonight? Of course, this will be next week. People will see this, but are you excited?
Yeah.
Ready for the action?
I actually got to thinking about that. I'm thinking next week we don't have a guest scheduled, I believe, on Saturday. And there's a lot more ET headlights coming on, so I think we'll give it a week for people to process what's going to happen tonight, and we'll do a live discussion next week. What about that?
He's going to become a celebrity, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have all those young, older women that are into ET chasing him up and down the street, you know.
That's pretty sad. I have yet to meet one that's near my age.
What do you mean? There's a lot of young ones out there.
Younger than you, but...
You, that's terrible. That's terrible, saying that. You ladies, just send your hate mail to me, and I will pass it on to Dakota. Also,
just go on to the Bald and Bonkers website. The contact form is fixed.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know... I think you're looking so excited. What is it? How long is the show on Elena's channel? Is it an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Well, before we start jumping into that, let's actually explain what's going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may remember last time we had Elena Dinon on, she was talking about the fact that she was thinking about bringing me on her channel to discuss my situation a little further.
Yes.
It's about an hour and 12 minutes. I didn't really go into too much detail because, as Chris can validate, my shit goes all over the place.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. After this is recorded, I'll go and watch it.
It's like an hour after we get done recording here, it's going to be popping on. We may be expecting another old fart to be coming in later, but...
Nah, I don't know where it is. Mr. Ellingsworth, where are you? But I'll not hear this until next week, that's the thing.
Yeah, oh well. You probably had too much Vicodin to keep from peeing the bed.
I've had a cold, I'll have, my poor chest.
Yeah, I've been feeling something trying to set in over here, but oh well. It's that time of year.
So, is there any strange news from around the world that's happening? I've seen some utter mad things that's happened in the last week. Some crazy utter... See, TikTok, that's one of the worst places for it. UFO invasions.
Oh.
Have you heard about the phenomena of the strange noises playing in the night sky? It's always at night.
We get that here. We get that here, actually. Yeah. We actually get that shit here.
And then
I've physically heard them here myself.
Have you actually heard that? Because I've seen religious people going, "It's the horn of Babylon, the horn of Babylon playing." right?
You mean Gabriel's horn, which plays
Well,
at the
Babylon.
first sun? Well, the Babylon Whore, maybe.
Well, you'll know more about that. He walked
honestly,
right into that one, ladies
Chris-
and gentlemen, didn't I?
Yes, I did. But honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I think Chris is a little jealous about the number of women that hit me up. They may like
know.
his accent, but I'm the one that gets the most of their attention.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just hope he's ready. Remember, and take them to what old folk home was that you got them in out across it?
What?
Old folks home. All the ladies in the old folks home were hitting you up.
Oh, fuck you! Sad thing is, that's not a fucking joke. That actually happened.
See, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're lonely and you're a multi-millionaire-ess, this young man here is single. He is single, and
I'd take a sugar mama right now because
96.
because we have a film that we are trying to raise money for. Yes,
Have we had any nibbles on that film? Out curiosity.
some motherfucker donated $20, then refunded it.
You're kidding me.
I'm not joking, bitch.
My God, why
But-
didn't you tell everybody?
But
about
Elena, if Elena did actually put the link out to the video that's going to be dropping tonight, and mind you, this was recorded on March 25th. For those wondering what the hell's going on and still haven't figured out, we switched to pre-recording because, well, we actually had a guest cancellation, but that's another story.
I know, as Mike the Naked Bigfoot would say, that's a story for another time. And there is something I would like to talk about, actually, about Mike, actually. Did you see that on the Twitter page? I thought that was really inconsiderate. And if any of you guys that are watching this right now, and that's obviously what I've seen them, they've either seen Mike on our show, or they've seen Mike on his own channel. I think that is extremely inconsiderate, what they did. Do you want to go?
I
Just,
guess...
muck it up.
No, you got it pretty good. So, for those of you wondering what's going on, well, because we do have a lot of new people, we should probably explain a little backstory. If you go through a bunch of our old episodes, you may notice that there was a frequent guest who was known as Mike the Naked Bigfoot. He was a dear friend of ours, was a practicing voodoo priest, very knowledgeable when it came to the supernatural. He even had some interactions on the ET side of things. Very active. I mean, he had shit happening on his end whenever he came on all the fucking time, and it seemed to be... and Chris can validate that, particularly when Mike and I linked up, shit always happened.
Oh, good God, yeah.
It seemed like something that he had around him didn't exactly like me, and the things I had around me didn't like the things around him. There's a number of weird... But eventually they all played nice enough to where we can have a casual conversation. But, to kind of fast forward the story a bit, on Halloween of last year, Mike passed away, sadly. He's had several medical issues for as long as we've known him, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And through us, we managed to introduce Mike to one of his own heroes, Dave Schrader, which is more likely where some of these people emerged. The very fascinating interview. When Dave found out that Mike passed away, he made sure to play it again. I thought that was real nice of him. That was
good. He actually messaged me, Dave Schrader, and he asked me, do you think it'd be alright? And I went, aye, play away. And he wanted to know when he died, he passed away, so as he could put as a tribute.
So, fast forward to what we're talking about. There is a common... Let me find... How do I put this eloquently? Line of complete and utter shit that comes out of this community.
Oh, I know.
Where people are claiming to be mediums, trying to get onto Mike's property, harassing his family, saying that, they got permission from Mike before he passed away.
No.
I'm getting fired up because Mike was a dear friend. He would not do that because the things that were attacking his property, you would end up on a missing 411 page. Number one.
Look, I used to have conversations. I talked to Mike a lot, right? I used to talk to him during the day and stuff like that. And I got upset quite easily about it because I was really friendly with him. And he told me, he says he would never in his life, ever, let anybody to investigate the land round about his house. Ever. It doesn't matter how much they would pay him, he would never allow it.
Because he would be responsible for the deaths.
Look, whoever you are and whatever ghost hunting people that you are, I hope I find out actually, because maybe the son will tell me, I don't know. Just leave them alone. Don't go near his property, please. Because you're just going to cause them more harm. If you go into that property and stir things up, you piss off whatever's in the woods, they'll no come after you. They'll go after the family.
You know, we have a constant push we try to tell people, and it's that don't act like Zach Bagans.
No. Don't act like him.
And especially with everything that's coming out, but that's a whole different shitload. And I'll be honest, part of the reason why I'm getting so fired up right now, because Mike was a dear friend, and that is just utterly disrespectful to him, his memory, and his family, and you just do not fucking do that.
Yeah.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sasquatch is real, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Different tribes have different behaviors. The ones that particularly around him are very violent.
Yes.
And in fact, there have been eyewitnesses
in those woods, and you will never be found again.
Well, Chris, this is one of those regions where eyewitnesses claim that, okay, you know the cannibalistic tribes you hear about in, like, the Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
These Sasquatch have filed down teeth like that.
Yes.
It is actually, and this, before anybody says anything, it has actually been proven by mainstream science that chimpanzees, gorillas, some orangutans have actually started exhibiting religious practices.
Yes.
They believe chimps have actually entered their own version of the Stone Age.
Yeah. See, a lot of people realise this too. A lot of people think, oh, chimps are vegetarians. No, they're not.
Only when people are watching.
Only when people are watching. There's been chimps that have abducted other children for other parts of other... I don't mean human children, I'm talking about other chimp children. Taking them back to their camp and then having for their dinner.
Okay. Yeah.
What was that film that's out? There's a film, and it's something, I can't remember what it's called. And it's a chimp and he goes mad on the show. It's something happened.
Planet of the Apes?
No, give me a minute.
Okay.
No, there's a chimp that went mad and disfigured somebody. Who was that?
That wasn't a film. That was a woman. I believe it was out of Texas. There was a woman. Okay. Basically, we're going into a whole different discussion, and that's a episode in itself there. Or you can go back to the Jeff Meldrum interview we have on the show.
There it's there. It's no real. But this is what they can actually do. It's called the Gordy attack. You get what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about chimps are no loving and friendly like people think they are. They are cannibalistic. They will rip your face off and try and eat you.
Not actively, but...
No, actively. But what I'm saying is you should be very careful with all types of wildlife, especially if you're hired. Even dogs, cats.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're getting a little bit off track there, but nevertheless, this is why people do not trust anybody with the label of paranormal investigator or ghost hunter. It's because of bullshit like that.
It really, really pisses me off, and I'll tell you why I brought this up. It really pisses me off. I ken his son and his family and his daughter is going through a lot now with grief, right? And then having somebody turn up, did they actually, I read the thing, did they actually turn up it, or did they message him saying they were going to come?
They're probably going to have to start watching the perimeter of the property with weapons in hand, knowing the level of stupid and selfishness these people have.
Honestly, if I find out who it was, I will name them and shame them. I will name them and shame them on air. Your name will get out there, so this is a piece of advice from me, and then I'm going to jump on to a different subject. Don't do it again. Stay away from the farm, okay? Because if I find out, or anybody else finds out, I'll no belong in passing that on to everybody in the paranormal community. And then they will only touch you with a fucking barge pole.
Nah, I think plenty of them would, but
yeah.
That's just my observation. I have lack of faith in this so-called community.
So have I. There's only a very few now. The amount of BS that goes on, man. I mean, it's all the time. It's fighting with each other and people stabbing each other in the back just for fame.
I know, and it's just like, why? I mean, we've gotten our fair share of hate on this channel just because people didn't like what we were saying. And now, granted, I will say this. There's been a couple times, I'm just going to say it. There was times where I was legitimately an asshole.
Yeah, aye, exactly. But it's... Look, it's not just in this community, it's in the UFO community too. It's really prevalent in the UFO community. I mean, I'm a member of a lot of like Facebook sites. I don't ever talk in them. I just like to see what they're talking about. And there's some top people. I mean, top people bullying other people just because of their beliefs.
You know, I saw something the other day. It was in one of those Facebook groups. It was actually through Christina Gomez's one.
Yeah.
She posted a news article. You remember not too long ago when Jupiter and Venus were close in alignment? I believe that was...
Yes,
and
I do.
There was all sorts of people going online saying, UFO! UFO! UFO!
Yeah.
Christina, I believe it was actually Christina, she posted a link to one of those news articles covering it. Some guy immediately just went, oh, I just lost respect for you. I can't believe you would post this shit. Because the news article, the headline said, thousands report UFO sightings, and it was those two pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, see, first off, Christina's one of the few people I have respect for. She puts in a lot of hard work with what she does.
Good work. She does.
She does. So, before going into a complete rage fit and falling into for the BS trap, I simply wrote to the guy, did you actually read this article? He says, no, why? In the article, it explains that was not a UFO, that was two planets that happened to be close in alignment.
I know.
I know. It's this purposeful ignorance.
Yeah.
People are proud to admit they're not actually looking into shit. They're just wanting to fucking cause hate.
It's not just that. There's a lot of folk out there, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and I'm not going to name any names, but there's folk out there that hope that there's got to be a terrible, terrible, terrible thing happens. They hope, they say it in their videos, and they pray for it. They don't realise what something like that could actually be. Take this for instance on YouTube, I'm not going to name it, but what's going on in the new in Europe, right? There's actually YouTubers out there, and people on TikTok going, oh, I can't wait until there's a third world war, it's got to be so exciting. Do they actually realise that if there's a nuclear war, you're going to die probably, right? You're not going to have your iPhone, you're not going to have internet, you're not going to have Facebook, you're not going to have TikTok. In fact, you're probably going to be sitting in a tent somewhere, if you survive, right? In a refugee camp, right? If you survive. I mean, they're like, oh, this is great, I can't wait for World War III. I'm ready to join the army. I'm just like, fuck it. It's the people of this generation. I do really think some of them are idiots. And I'm sorry, you can send your hate mail at me.
No, this is what happens when there's so many movements to erase history.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And people are trying to justify the fact that, we shouldn't teach this subject in school. It's not important. Oh, this subject scares the children. Fucking good!
Yeah. Yeah.
Realize the horrors.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the videos of old war vets? And I'm talking like surviving World War II, Vietnam vets.
Talking about today's generation.
That this is not the country that they fought for.
I've seen them. I've seen the videos.
And honestly, some of them, I honestly pray to God they have some sort of therapist or some sort of support group they go to, because I legitimately worried that they would make an attempt at their own life because of how upset they were.
I've met soldiers that are still alive today. There's somebody I know that's still alive. He's 97, 98, right, nearly 100 years old, right? Do you know where he fought? He fought in Italy in World War II against the Nazis, right? All the way to Berlin, right? The death and carnage he's seen, the destruction, what that war that caused, right? And he also seen with his eyes the camps, right? And you'll get people out there that deny these things, and you're complete idiots if you deny that kind of stuff, right? That's all I've got to say. Yeah, I do want to meet people that deny these things happened. You know what I mean? And he was telling us one day, sadly he's getting dementia now and he can't really talk about it that much, but he was telling us that the people were like, even the Germans were celebrating the Americans coming and the British coming. Mm-hmm. Because what the Nazis had done. The Nazis gassed their own people, you know that? That's what people don't realise this. The Nazis gassed their own people. See, if you had a lump, you were gassed. See, if you had a Down syndrome child, it was gassed. The poor child was gassed. A lot of people think, the Germans are bad. No, all Germans are bad, guys. There was German soldiers that rescued Jews in World War II and helped them to freedom. Look at is it Schindler's List? How he saved. He tried to save as many as possible, and I can see this happening again. See with World War II, I can see this happening again because they don't teach things like that anymore. They don't remind you of things like that anymore.
There's the old saying that comes up, saying, for those who do not learn their history will always be doomed to repeat it. And I'll also say something else that will be controversial, but it's an honest observation. I'm gonna put in the LGBT, Black Lives Matter, every social fucking political movement, Me Too movement, feminists, all that. Y'all have become some of the laziest motherfucking Nazis out there.
Okay.
No, I'm dead serious. I mean, look at that fucking Harry Potter game that just came out not too long ago.
What was that? I seen it. It looks quite good, actually. But what was everybody going on about it with?
Author of the Harry Potter books, J.K. Rowling, made some comments that the trans community were offended by. So they start targeting and harassing people. They even made a fucking website to start harassing streamers, to target streamers that played the game on like Twitch and shit, because of those comments, even though J.K. Rowling had nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to fucking Universal Orlando? Not buy the books. When you're so stupid to cause hate like that, all you're doing is encouraging people to buy the game to find out what the fuck are you talking about.
Yes.
And I'm going after some BLM activists that fucking start setting fire to the mountaintops here in Idaho. Why?
God.
And I'll be honest, that personally set me off because a campground is still destroyed to this day that my grandfather always loved going to.
Yeah.
You have become the very things you swear you're fighting to destroy. Fuck all of you.
See this. I'm gonna say something, right? I'm gonna say this now, and I don't care what folks say. I eat meat. I like eating meat. I eat fish. I eat meat. I like a bit of meat, right? Do you like eating meat, Dakota? I'm just gonna say something, right? Now,
all right, I want to see where
I
you
get
go.
messages all the time. I get messages all the time sent to me on Facebook and stuff like that. Save the planet, stop eating meat and stuff like that, right? Become a vegan, right? Now, let's go down the vegan road here. Now, I know some facts that's actually going to interest you. So, vegans say that they don't eat meat. They don't kill any life form. Well, that's actually a lie. They kill things. See, they drink stuff called almond milk, right? And see, to make that almond milk, they have to ship in billions of bees each year to California. Oh, using, by the way, aeroplanes with fumes coming out the back of them, right? And then see the billions of bees, they die just to pollinate the almonds for you to have your almond milk, right? This is the madness here, right? This is the sheer madness here.
No, there's more to it.
There's hundreds of aircraft carrying billions of bees.
There's more. There's more. Now, I will make this little disclaimer. My earlier remarks, I do not do I agree that there's political movements that need to be right? Of course. You shouldn't have to be harassed because you feel like you're a woman stuck in a man's body, or because of the color of your skin, or religion. Yeah. Those are some of the stupidest reasons that you can choose to hate people. I just feel that the desperation to gain numbers, the cause loses all meaning. Yeah. And when it comes to vegans, I will also make this disclaimer. I understand because I've had friends and family members who went vegan because they had heart attacks.
Yeah.
My grandmother herself, she started implementing a bit more of a vegan diet because she had the heart attack, and her parents actually apparently passed away from heart-related issues, so that kind of put a bit of a scare into her. I understand that. Say, like, you're going for almond milk because you're lactose intolerant. Okay, fine. I understand that. But do you realize that the number of pesticides that had to be put into to the farms, they have to kill off any vermin, moles, voles, turtles, frogs, seagulls, crows. They have to kill off all the wildlife to prevent them from eating on the harvest. And then they have to go through and make another couple rounds because they have crows come in to start eating the dead bodies.
Yes.
No one is thinking these situations 100% through. And you're not... I understand if you have legitimate health reasons to make those choices, and it is your choice to make. But when you start trying to shove this dogma down people's throats without actually understanding every little detail, you hypocritical idiots.
I had a conversation. I live in a rural community, right? But where I stay, a lot of vegetables are growing and stuff like that. And this is really interesting, I had a conversation with a farmer one day. He grows barley and he grows wheat, right? And I was saying to him about vegan side things and that, and he says, it's true what you said, Dakota. He says, they get into, say there's 40 acres, right? They get into 40 acres, this is what they do. They spray it completely with pesticides everywhere, right? Even in the long grass between the fields, right? They'll completely napalm it all, right? Then they'll go in, they'll plough it, then they'll spray it again, right? Then they'll put the seeds in, right? And see when the crows start to come down and the birds start to come down, they kill them. Some of them kill them, right? Then, once the crops start growing, they start spraying it again with pesticides to keep the bugs and things off, because obviously the bugs will attract birds, right, to eat to the bugs. And then you're getting you're eating that with all the chemicals. Can you imagine what's going into your body with all the chemicals?
Let's take into consideration they fully believe. I think the official estimate.
Nope. I think we've lost Dakota, ladies and gentlemen. No! Dakota! That is one of the best. You know, guys, I have to take this opportunity because that is the best picture I've ever seen. Dakota, are you there? Do you read me over? So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. He's froze. That was crazy. You froze for about 2 minutes.
Because I lost signal.
I wonder what happened there.
The vegans came for me. They're all laying out, very tired.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the attack of the vegans. You know? It's,
I don't know.
Look,
Just...
the chemicals in everything now, everything's genetically modified to, and people are like, what's this to do with aliens and conspiracy and all that? Look, guys, you have no idea the chemicals that you ingest every day. Do you know that they actually come out now and say chemtrails are real? They actually come out now, chemtrails are real.
Yeah, I know. It's been well known. I mean, go back to the Beijing Olympics, I believe what was it, like 2008? Somewhere around there?
Yeah, yeah.
The Chinese fully admitted to spraying shit in the air to make sure the weather was nice.
Yeah, yes.
Weather-altering weaponry has been around since at least the 50s.
Oh my God.
And going into the kind of conspiracies, yes, we just kind of tied in all these political movements to Nazis. That's where it got learned from.
And it's even worse than that. The governments of the world can cause earthquakes.
All right. I'm here.
It's terrible. I mean, what we're living today is terrible. You know, it's
fully believed that some of the recent earthquakes in Turkey and Syria may have actually been artificially caused. But just to address some of the haters that they're gonna try to argue, you guys are talking complete bullshit. Okay. Let's take a famous lawsuit from here in the U.S.
All right.
The old lady who sued McDonald's over spilling a hot cup of coffee on her lap.
Right.
What do you think about that case?
I do know some of the case is not known because everybody thinks that she got all that money, but she didn't get all that money. Did you know about this?
Oh, I know about this.
Right.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
What I'd heard was that, yes, she sued for like $100 million, but she didn't get all that money. A lot of that money was given to, like, other people. But that's all I know about that. I don't know that much about it. On you go, tell us.
McDonald's was found to keep their coffee boiling hot, so the heat would last longer. Mm-hmm. It was standard practice throughout McDonald's all over the place. When she spilled that cup of coffee, it physically melted her labia shut.
Oh my God. I didn't
she had second-degree burns, third degree in some areas. She was suing for her medical bills. So, Ronald McDonald organized activist groups, for lack of lobbyists, to target this woman, make fun of her, downgrade, basically try to raise as much fuss about the lawsuit to make it seem so utterly and completely stupid. The fact that McDonald's lost that lawsuit and the woman got that $1 million, to which, yes, she took some for herself to pay her medical bills, because this is America and they hate us over here.
Yeah, of course you could with the latest conspiracy that's up with TikTok. Do you want to talk about that? How the US Congress, the US Congress wants TikTok banned. Why do you not find it suspicious that Do you know what they've demanded? And this is an actual fact. They've demanded that TikTok sells some of its stock, right? And do you know who's demanding this? And this is absolutely madness. You look this up yourself. You can who Rupert Murdoch is.
Mm-hmm.
And he owns Fox News. We know that. But he's got his finger in the pie with other kind of news outlets. He wants part of TikTok. This is why they're doing this. Because see, TikTok is letting folk talk. I ken you do get banned quite easy in TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
But TikTok is putting a lot of truth out there. Things that are happening. And the glorious leaders of this great world, right, don't want this. They don't want this. Because things are getting out. Because they know that if they can get shares in that, they can buy into that, then it becomes they can pull the strings and, do stuff. What's your thoughts on that?
It certainly does line up with the fact that there is a lot of... It seems like the dam is starting to overflow when it comes to shit that's being held back, either because global elites are getting lazy. I think the first sign that something suspicious is going on when it came to that TikTok ban is the fact that it's unanimously agreed upon by both political parties.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, the only other time I've ever heard something like that in my lifetime was the bill that was allegedly getting passed through to get rid of daylight savings.
Yeah. I mean, that's an interesting thing. My clocks go forward tonight. I mean, why do they do that in the first place?
It's to give farmers more time in the daylight, allegedly.
Really?
That's what I was told in elementary school, but the school I went to...
But you would think they would still have the same amount of time, wouldn't you?
More actual daylight, Chris.
Aye.
It's the same amount of time, but more actual... Yeah. More actual time in the sun. I mean, as someone who works the night shift, the sun doesn't fucking set until after I go to bed when I have to go to work, but that's the... excuses so that the farmers would get up and actually have more time in the sunlight to work.
That's quite interesting, that.
But that's what I was told in school. How true it is, I can't tell you.
I was in the UK. It's presumably better for schools so they can walk to school in the daylight.
Maybe.
Which I don't really get, but I think they should do away with it because I think it's just stupidness. There's actually what country in the world would actually get rid of it? Was there no country in the world that actually get rid of it? There's
a few that don't follow it. I mean, kind of going back to China. Did you know all of China is one time zone?
Really?
I'm serious. Some of the most western parts of China. The closest, towards Europe.
To like Russia
the
and
sun,
stuff like that.
Yeah. The sun doesn't rise in certain parts of China until almost 11 o'clock in the morning.
So...
Because they all follow one time zone.
So in Russia, it could be 5 o'clock in the morning, but in the very border of China, it could be 12 o'clock lunchtime.
Kinda, yeah.
That's just stupid.
And
really stupid.
In fact, here in the States, there's I can't remember. I believe it's in Arizona, but there's certain territories for Indian reservations where it's almost kind of like a bullseye, where you could drive right through it and just see your clock just go back and forth within a 5-minute time span. Because, say, on the outer rim, it does follow daylight savings, but you go inward a few miles, the Triad doesn't follow daylight savings. Going further, it follows daylight savings. Inward more, it actually follows. It's almost kind of like a bullseye.
So how did they tell the time in the International Space Station?
Actually, I don't know that one. Because they also...
Because they'll see about 10 sunrises a day. Or more than that.
At least 12.
Well, there you go.
They probably just follow the same time as Houston.
Maybe, because then it makes you wonder, any extraterrestrial visitors out there, do they have a time? Do they have clocks? I wonder how they take time.
Not in the same sense that we do. It's not linear like we experience it. You don't experience linear time until you're physically on a planet. But I can also say this. Do you know that the International Space Station and several satellites that orbit the Earth actually have to follow a certain algorithm due to the fact that time up there does not flow the same as time down here?
I did not know that.
Okay, remember the twin astronauts?
Yes.
One twin went into space, one stayed on Earth.
Yes.
The twin that went to space, they were identical twins. The best way to test this type of thing. Almost perfect conditions for this type of experiment. When the twin got back down, he was technically a few hours older, considering the time he'd been up there, but they had also found that certain DNA molecules in his system were different to where technically they were no longer identical twins.
Really? That is so strange.
This is a gross oversimplification of the fact, but
I've got to tell you another one.
What's that?
International Space Station. Where is it?
Up.
Where?
In space.
You sure? You sure about that? It's actually not in space. As in space, but it's not in space. It's in it's still in Earth.
It's technically still in the accepted line of the atmosphere where they're still technically on Earth, but right at the very edge.
Aye. Do you find that's quite interesting? That this is we're going down the flat Earth route, guys. Here the flat earthers going there. I was just doing my flat Earth thing, you know. I watch all these flat Earth things, guys, and I find it fascinating and stupid at the same time. But I do get some of them are. I don't know. Honestly, I have to bring this up every now and again, these flat Earth subjects, because Jesus and all that's holy, we do not live on a flat disc. I'm sorry.
You know, they try to say, the time of the ancient Greeks, they believed in flat Earth. No, they didn't. They didn't. The Greeks actually... You want to know how the Greeks actually figured out that the Earth was not flat?
There you go.
Looking at shadows in wells. Because when you think about it, on a flat Earth, stationary sun, like the flat Earth people say, all the shadows should be exactly the same.
Oh no, but seemingly the flat Earth Society say that the sun is a giant light bulb.
Exactly.
Moved about.
A stationary light source that's in the same relative spot. The shadows in the wells should have been the same. No, they found it was at different angles. So they hypothesized from that the world must actually be some kind of ball. But if you actually look at the official estimates, the planet's actually more pear-shaped.
It's not completely round. It's kind of... I'm going to say this, though. I'm maybe going to agree with some flat earthers here in one point, right? Do you not think that... I know, just listen to me here. Just listen to me.
Start talking.
It's about the International Space Station. Do you not think there's a bit of jiggery-pokery going on? There's a Scottish word for you there. A jiggery-pokery going on.
Jiggery-pokery? I never heard that one.
That's what I was... It means... do you not think there's something going on in the space station, like some conspiracy? Because have you ever seen the weird effects? Some people say there's like using green screens in the International Space Station, and there's been a few times where people have pointed out like wee wires holding onto them. Because there was one night I was watching the International Space Station, and you can actually look this up on YouTube. And the guy's got the pencil, and the guy's like, what happens if you let go with the pencil? And they let go with the pencil, and it went dink, it fell. Aye. What happens if we have got the International Space Station up there, but what happens if it's something else? What happens if it's a kind of cover up? What happens if they're using it for something? You see where I'm going with this? We're on a ball, we're floating around the sun and all that, and we have got an International Space Station. But what happens if there's something going on? Have you never seen that video? I do think some of the International Space Station videos are a wee bit suspect. There is something there. There's something going on. But I do believe we're on a ball, and I do believe there is an International Space Station, but I don't believe what's going on in there right now, what we can see, is actually what's going on.
Okay, a lot to dissect with this one.
You say, maybe there was gravity for a split millisecond, but how could there be gravity? If you can make gravity, you can control length.
First off, the International Space Station is not big enough to be able to spin artificial gravity like we would be able to today.
Exactly. So what I'm getting at is, I'm saying that the International Space Station exists, right? I believe it's up there, right? And I believe there's people on it that know doing what they do. But I do believe sometimes when they have to hide things, they get pre-recordings.
Okay.
You see where I'm going with this?
This is what I'm trying to word out. People have to realize NASA is not a civilian organization. It is still government run. Even has military applications. Okay? So, being that is the case, they have to maintain levels of secrecy. They could very well be conducting operations up there that we don't know about. And with private contractors that the government reaches out to, like Boeing, Lockheed Skunk Works, just to name a couple, SpaceX, that layer of secrecy gets a little extra protection due to company NDA policies.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying there isn't something happening. There's been plenty of spots where there's clearly some sort of craft docking at the space station, but it's like someone is either not paying attention, very likely, or purposely waiting just enough for people to catch it because they want it to leak, but know if they completely act incompetent, they could lose their position and get in trouble.
But what I'm saying is maybe they do this deliberately.
No?
Do you get me? To cause the conspiracy. Because let's face it, what was it? Who said that creating a conspiracy was the best cover? Who was it that said that? It was I'll come to me. But let's face it, because the CIA and the NSA and all that kind of stuff, they have made conspiracy theories. They deliberately get folk to go out there and tell a load of absolute shit. Let's look at the flat earth theory, for instance. I mean, that was two guys that thought that, When did the flat earth theory actually start to go?
In its modern tense or
the beginning? Yeah.
Historically, again, that goes back to the time of ancient Greece.
Right.
But the beginning of its more modern versions, I'd have to say it's the 50s when it started coming out like it is nowadays. I mean,
as I'm going to use another word here that I don't usually use, it's farcical. You get what that one means? I mean, I was watching a video last night and just watching it on YouTube actually, and they're going about this great ice wall, right? But I have a thing you would notice this. Would you know this ginormous ice wall surrounding the entire... But no, wait, there's a doorway that takes you to a new realm where there's another world. So
here's something that... This is actually something involving the flat earth that I would love to hear more explanation about, because nobody can keep a fucking story straight. Have you seen the images of what looks like a map?
In all the other continents.
In the the extra continents outside of what looks like some sort of barrier. There's a brief hole.
I wouldn't know.
Okay,
I'll send it to you.
No, I know. We don't need to bring it up. No, it's not that. Every time I try to look to find more about this particular map, I was like, okay, if you believe this is what it is, explain to me what brought you to that conclusion. That's my thought process. Let's have a healthy discussion. No one keeps their story straight. And basically, they try to say that it's a map. The center of it kind of looks like the symbol for the UN. Mm-hmm. But then there's extra continents. Some of them try to say, oh, that's just trying to show inner Earth continents. Okay, how? Explain to me how this map got made. No one can do it.
It's, to be purely honest with you, this is what annoys me about the flat earthers, right? And this is something I've thought about for a while. They will say that the earth is flat, right? And there's a ginormous dome over the earth, right? The firmament, I think it's called, right? The firmament, right?
One of the names.
And the moon, eh?
No, I was agreeing. Just go ahead.
The moon and the sun are like giant light bulbs. We'll just say giant light bulbs, right? Just to make life easier, right? But the rest of the planets out there are planets. They're round. Now, if we've got a giant dome that you can't see through, right, over us, right, how do they know that the rest of the planets are round?
According to NASA, all other planets are round, and we have followers all around the globe.
I know. But do you see the stupidness of that? But then they'll say that there's extraterrestrials visiting the Earth, right? Right.
Then they'll say that, oh no, nothing can get through the firmament. Yeah.
But how did they get through the firmament? What, is there a door? I mean, I honestly think that these people are the most stupidest people in the history. I'm sorry if I'm pissing you off, but can something, fill in the fucking form and come on our show and debate it. But obviously you're not going to, because you're a complete idiot. So, fill it in. I mean, honestly, these people must complete idiots. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for this, but again, something, I can be a flying fuck. I mean, you're mad. It's like saying that the Earth is a triangle. Maybe it is. Do you get something to go? Did you know that the Earth is a triangle? Been here times in
Actually, no, it's not that. It's the heaters are finally working again. We've been fighting that all day. Woohoo! Anyway, sorry.
You know what that is? That's the flat Earth firmament. That's the aliens coming down the fixed here. But honestly, I'm asking you, and I'm putting out an invitation to a flat earther. Come on, try and explain it to me. And if you can explain to me the Earth is flat, I will be eternally grateful.
No, I'm. See, this is where the warning about entitled pricks came into play when it came to the intro. But
yeah,
I will say this. With Bald and Bonkers, you know, we have topics that go all over the place. There's certain people that ask for, like, summary videos about everything we covered so far.
Oh, dear Jesus.
For God's sakes, we've already hit past 100 episodes since Chris and I started doing this.
I know.
But
so do you have any news, Dakota, or anything else?
No, just say, even if you have some of the craziest stories out there, this is a platform for you to share your story. And we even have stuff put together to where we can help you out. We have an application form to where you can join the Bald and Bonkers network and have your stuff running through our TV completely free, or you can check this out.
Introducing the ultimate solution for content creators. Custom online TV channels from Bald and Bonkers Network. If you're tired of struggling to get your content seen by the right audience, our service is the perfect answer. With our custom online TV channels, you can showcase your content on your very own personalized channel. You'll have complete control over your channel's content, branding, and design, giving you the power to build a loyal following and grow your brand. Our service starts at just $14.99 a month, making it affordable for anyone who wants to create a TV channel for their content. Plus, with our easy-to-use platform, you won't need any technical skills to keep things running. All you need is content posted on YouTube, Vimeo, or Dailymotion to get started. So why wait? Sign up today and start building your custom online TV channel. With our service, you can reach a wider audience, build a loyal following, and take your content to the next level. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Try our custom online TV channels today.
Considering the plans to get one of those custom TV channels with all the features we offer, considering it usually costs you about almost $1,000 a year, that's one hell of a deal.
I know. And just think if you've got a Flat Earth channel that you want to broadcast on there. You know?
Yeah, you can make it completely your own. We just help you with the tools.
It doesn't need to be paranormal, guys. It could be anything you want.
It's like, yeah. I mean, if you just want to work with us in secret, not announce that you got it through Bald and Bonkers, you know, we don't. Your stuff doesn't have to be linked through us. You can have your own separate stuff, or you can syndicate with us and help other people out that don't necessarily have the funds. Yes, gaming we do. Channels, we have gaming, music, book reviews. We even have movies on there. Not the dirty kind. Not the dirty kind Chris has been asking me about.
Don't ask you about things like that. Confessions of a Spaceman.
Oh, what are you talking about? When I told you about the Bald and Bonkers electric razors, you immediately assumed that I had dildos made with my face on it.
Honestly, I thought he did, ladies and gentlemen. He's right into that. He's thinking about making it now.
If I could find a way, I may do it just to be a shit. I'll be honest.
Oh my God, can you imagine the community? I was going to say something there, but then I thought I better know.
Yeah, I know. There's certain people that may come to mind, but we probably shouldn't say that.
Yeah. But, well, you know what? That's people for you, Kim. I mean, that's people for you. I wonder what happened to Mr. Ellingsworth.
Oh, he must have got the time zones mixed up.
He must have.
What happened to my fucking camera? No!
That's that.
Show my...
That's that. He's disconnected, ladies and gentlemen. He's pressed the wrong button. Oh, well, it's just me. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember and tune in and check all the links out below. Please check out online merchandise and you can purchase yourself a razor, a cup, or something interesting. Oh, see what I've got to put up with. See what I've got to bloody put up with. Change that back right now, you bad person. But yeah, that's what I was going to say to you before the end of the show. What did you think, Tildar, Dakota, that was on Bald and Bonkers on my show last Wednesday?
Oh, that dude. Yeah, seems pretty interesting. Anyway, I was trying to bring up the link for the Bald and Bonkers razors so people will see that I'm actually being serious.
You can tell Dakota uses it all the time, except for the wee bit in here. He's got an upside down moustache there. It's meant to be hair hang.
No. Oh. God.
I'm looking forward to tonight. You know, I'm going to watch Elena's interview with you. You know, he's going to be sitting there with all the family round about him.
I don't know. Well, here's the thing.
Did your mum know Ken? Did your mum know Ken on the messenger?
Oh no, my mom knew about it.
That's all right.
I couldn't stop. I couldn't shut up about it ever since Elena sent me the email.
Well, you were like Mike when Mike met Dave Schrader for the first time. Ken, I've never seen him as polite. That shocked me.
Yeah, he kept himself clean for that.
Yes, Mr. Schrader.
I know. He
Yes,
looked
Mr.
like an overgrown 5-year-old.
I know.
But,
I know.
Oh well.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, we helped a dear friend of ours who was at the end of his life meet one of his heroes. I think there's not a lot of people who get to say stuff like that. You know, you could tell it really made an impression on Mike because none of his health issues were affecting him when that happened. So,
and if you're listening to this, Mike, right now, wherever you are in the afterlife, to repay Dakota, please visit him every night for the next 10 years.
Why 10 years?
Things. Because it'd be fun. It'd be fun for me. It'd be interesting, you know. We've got two people watching us anyway.
Yeah, both of them through Twitch right now. How's it going?
Hello.
Yeah.
So what are you doing here?
So, before we go, say this. Gentlemen, we do have a crowdfunding campaign set up on Indiegogo for a film we are trying to put together. We are like Ascension to the Age of Space. Elena Denon has agreed to help us with it. In fact, the interview that's airing tonight, she said I'm more than welcome to utilize in it. She also said we can post it on our channel. So what I did is linked her up to the Bald and Bonkers TV network so you can watch it there. And I think that's it. Oh, and before you ask, there's a lot more perks than it shows, but you actually have to give a donation first before you can see all the T-shirts and fun stuff like that. Maybe I should add the razors on there.
Maybe that's what that is. So what are we talking about tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we have a guest.
Do we? Who's the guest?
Yes. That would be... Let me pull up the calendar here just to make sure. Because we have the next couple weeks booked out, actually.
Yeah.
So, which is good. You know, come on board, people. We have Ann Bender from Bender Paranormal coming on board. She usually helps out with families and kids who may possess abilities themselves. During her day job, she is a health coach, and she actually appeared on an episode of Haunted Hospitals. So it should be an intriguing conversation there. Let's see, next week, to kind of follow up on the Elena interview, I thought Chris and I would actually do a live show for those of you who miss us BSing live on air.
I know.
To kind of talk about more ETs in the headlines, because, I mean, did you see that bit about Starseeds actually making it into the news?
I did see something about that. People are starting to take it more seriously now and say, my previous...
I wouldn't say that.
They're not saying anymore that they were the Queen of Sheba. You ever noticed that? A lot of psychics, famous psychics, will say, yes, in a previous life you were the Queen of Sheba. But they do it to every single person to come into contact with me.
Yeah, you know, here's the thing, and it's one of the reasons why I love Elena so much. One, she does what most people in this community don't do and actually try to know what the hell they're talking about. And two, she actually has historical record to back up her claims, which comes in handy because, as we discuss on the interview that's going to drop tonight, she actually helped trace my bloodline to Adam and Eve directly.
Yep.
Which kind of explains another situation we had on our hands.
Did you run away with the apple?
No, but I will give you this warning, Christopher, before we head off the air. Not because I know this is a subject you're sore about.
What's this?
Serious Dakota here. H gets brought up.
Oh, right. Right. I don't really talk about them because I just keep them away, you know.
Honestly, I haven't heard of a new attack
maybe
in quite some time. Actually, maybe
you'll be lying in your bed. You'll be lying in your bed tonight, and the big dark shadow from the room.
No, that's actually something Elena and I go into talking about.
I thought for a second you were going to say something else.
Yo!
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Mr. Cody, will you stop going on about this, by the way? You keep telling me these things all the time.
You're the one that had the thing for her.
Well, I still do, aye. She's a very pretty looking young woman.
Hence why you are jealous that I'm getting more attention.
Oh, no. We know all the older women chasing you about, you know.
But mostly because they think I'm older than I actually am.
Do you know what it would be, ladies and gentlemen? They'll all want to touch his bald head and stroke it.
Yeah, that'd be like the time the hairdresser came up and told me I should come and set an appointment with her.
How much does the hairdresser charge for your wee patch there?
I don't go to a hairdresser. I don't go to a hairdresser for this.
Aye. Okay, ladies.
But yes, a hairdresser tried to flirt with me by saying I should schedule an appointment with her. It's like, what? So you can rub my... No.
I'm going to buy a wig.
Here's what... No, I looked at her and said, why? So you could rub my head? It's like, well, if the mood suits us. That's seriously what she said. I was like...
Oh my God.
Whoa!
I can't believe you just
went there.
I just can't believe you just went there.
I'm not making this story up, though.
Do you know there's got to be people in Scotland absolutely laughing their faces off? And I'll tell you, after we go off what you just said there, by the way, that is the funniest thing. You do know what I mean, don't you?
Rubbing my head? Yeah, it means the same thing over here, Chris.
That's terrible. Elena's going to be watching this. Elena, you need to send him an email right now. He's a bad boy. Talking about things like that.
Honestly, I think Elena watches just to get a laugh off the shit that gets flown her way. Hello! She admitted that she likes your accent. She can't understand you, but she likes your accent.
There you go.
That's how he sounded when we first met.
Aye, but see, ladies and gentlemen, you get used to this. I picked up American slang, you know.
I picked up UK slang.
Yeah, but that one, oh my God! See, the Scottish people in Glasgow, Scotland, they're going to be absolutely. They're going to spray their TV with their juice when they're drinking. After you said that.
Yeah, sorry, Alan.
Oh, here, you better not give him any ideas.
Poor man may have a heart attack.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow night. I hope you all have a fantastic Saturday night. Catch you all soon.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into the Bald and Bonkers Show. If you enjoyed the show and want to show your support, head over to our website at baldandbonkers.net. There, you'll find our merch, services and more. Thanks for being part of the Bald and Bonkers family, and we'll see you on the next episode. And remember, always keep an open mind and an open heart. You never know what may happen tomorrow.